searching the dark side of the mountain. Through my bones and hair and blood, words rise and cold snatched from my mouth to sink them into the cold black mud.
Hi everybody, welcome to our small town of Guilty Hole, West Virginia, right near the border of the great states of Kentucky and Ohio. Let me give you a little warning. Old Gods of Appalachia is a horror campaign that may contain material not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Okay. So Volney, you're going to find Evangeline.
Mm-hmm.
William, you're going to find Annie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Volney, you get to Evangeline's first. It is kind of an older home, but well kept. And you see a man about 6, maybe 5'11", 5'10", sitting out front, smoking a pipe. You know that to be Chewy, who is one of the commissioners of the town.
Hello, Mr. Chewy. Is Evangeline awake yet?
I have not heard a peep from Evangeline as of yet. Would you like me to find out?
Please.
And he puts his pipe down. You all right?
Just shaken from last night, that's all.
What happened last night?
Oh, just some bad hands of poker, that's all.
Oh. He laughs and heads in. Evangeline, you get someone knocking on your door.
Yes.
There's someone here to see you.
Who is it?
Who is it?
Volney.
A Volney.
Oh, tell him I'll be right down. I'm just finishing a letter.
Okay. She's finishing a letter. She'll be right out. He kind of yells
you.
down the hall as he...
And, yeah, a few minutes later, she'll come down the stairs, dressed for the day with a letter in hand. Oh, Volney, yes, come walk with me to town. I have a letter to drop off in the post for my brother.
Oh, okay. After this, we're going to go find Jer. We'll drop off your letter, though.
Yes, that, excellent, wonderful. Let's go. How are you this morning?
Shaken.
But not stirred, I assume.
I don't know what that means.
Don't worry, it won't be relevant for at least 100 years or so it's fine.
Oh, man. I'm sorry for roping you into this a little bit.
Yes, and I'm sorry for not making a dance last night, by the way. I did promise, and you were on my dance card, number 1.
Oh, thank you.
And she'll pull out from her pocket her dance card, and it does have you written down.
Okay.
She keeps a set.
Oh.
Very nice.
Thank you. Honestly, it's kind of good you missed it. It's kind of good you did.
Yes?
With everything that happened at the dance. I don't know what in the hell is going on in this town, but I know that the good Lord either needs to come down here again and fix it, or we're doing it for him.
Well, we shall have to do our best, and I'll save this for next time. She'll put the card back in her pocket. So, tell me, what do you think happened last night?
What I think happened is exactly what we said happened last night.
You're walking while you're talking?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, go on. I wasn't there, so explain in your words how you feel about last night and what happened.
I feel terrified.
Yes?
Now, you know what happened when I was younger. I told you about it.
Indeed.
I truly think that whatever was in that crypt, then that mine, whatever Granny Sidora was, that that was the same type of thing.
Do you not know what to call it?
I don't think demon's the right term, and I know that angel certainly isn't the right term anymore either.
So, you would frame it, though, in that Judeo-Christian context, or is this different?
I feel like this is different.
Why, do you think?
Something about it just makes me think the good Lord didn't make that.
Interesting.
Also, I have something, and he pulls out a little journal from a pocket. If anything bad happens to me and you go on live life, and I know your research, read this.
Thank you. Yes.
It's everything I've written over the past, God, 4 or 5 years. All my thoughts, what people call religious ramblings. It was a gift from a friend.
I shall treasure this. May I ask who the friend was?
Vincent.
And who is or who was Vincent?
A friend of mine. Well, more than a friend.
Oh?
I'm not exactly sure how to put it. It's not. There's a love that God gave us, right? A love that God gave us, love that God gave the angels towards man, the love that man gave towards God. This is a love that God, I don't think, understands.
Okay.
Is it a love he blesses? I feel like he does, but does he understand? No.
What do you mean by that? There are all sorts of love.
He looks at you, and it's like you. Okay, above table. You know how all the gays have like the gay stare?
Yes, okay, good. So we're talking about gay eyes. Great. Yes. I understand. Yes, I too, you know, there's a certain term called a Boston marriage. Have you heard of this?
No.
Well, it's a funny little thing, you understand. When two good friends, two ladies, end up living with one another for a very long time, they call that a Boston marriage for some strange reason. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I think we have a term too, but it's a little bit different. It's called a confirmed bachelor.
Yes, that is a colloquialism I am rather familiar with. Also, musical in this era is another term. I shall treasure this book. Thank you.
It's no problem.
And she'll put it in her satchel very carefully.
Okay. And there's the post office.
Yep. And what she's doing is she wrote a coded letter to her brother to request basically a prescription of booze, not for herself, but for the kind lady who gave her the boozy lemonade the other day, Gazzy Scythe.
Okay.
Yes, Gazzy Scythe is in dear need of critical medical attention, and she is hoping that her brother will kindly send medicine.
Okay.
And will describe the very specific set of symptoms necessary.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And since you have this kind of relationship already, it's a very easy understand.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're coming out of the post office, you see William coming back from the train station. You're nearing the hotel. You're converging on the road where the hotel is and heading where Jericho's you'd be heading down to after that. And at the same time as he arrives, you see the sheriff head into the hotel with kind of a panicked porter saying, it's in here, it's in here. The room was broken into here. And of course, the sheriff is totally useless most of the time, but showed up today for something.
Oh, what's the gossip over there, Volney? Do you know?
The photographer's room was broken into. The photographer, we don't know where he is. He showed me a photo last night of the plane going down just before it caught fire. It looked like there were hands coming up from those woods. Very long, very dark hands.
Oh. There were photos of the aeroplane. He had them.
Yes.
And the same night as all the hubbub,
Yes.
he disappears.
He disappeared. We don't know where he is.
How do you feel about making some trouble?
Well, you see him weigh it mentally.
Come.
You know
This will
what?
be fun. And she's just going to grab Volney's hand and just pull over. We're going to go talk to the chief of police.
What?
You drag him into the hotel, I suppose. Then. And you
I
get
also want to remind you, because of my uppity nature, I am hindered in positive social situations.
Okay. That's such
Because
a
I am
perfect,
a
interesting
know-it-all.
fit.
Yep. I'm gonna make my darndest to make this negative.
An insufferable know-it-all, one might say.
Yes.
You happen to know that the sheriff's name is Nota Willix.
Nota
And
Willix?
Basically sits in a little office and earns income from the town and the county.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty rare to see him actually outside the office. He actually looks even kind of like he was maybe sleeping, and he's kind of woke up and kind of trying to get himself together, heading into the hotel. You head in.
Yep. Okay. I'm gonna go in, and as soon as I see him, like, down a hallway...
Okay.
Mr. Willix, I've been meaning to speak to you. Do you have a moment?
I don't. There's a crime I gotta look at.
But I'll just be a
into.
moment if you do not mind. Please, I'd like to speak to you for a second. Only go quick.
Well,
He
And
looks at the
quick.
porter and he goes, "I'll be right back. Can you go get some of this? Okay, I need a pad and a pen from my desk. Can you go get that from my office, please?" And
Yes,
the porter
thank you,
heads
sir.
away.
I really do appreciate it, Volney.
he comes over,
Search the room.
What can I do for you, Evangeline? How you doing, Volney? He says as you walk past.
Yeah, yes, I've been meaning to speak to you. Yesterday, I had a drink of something. I had bought it downtown, and then all of a sudden I was just completely asleep. I do believe it was water, but for some reason, all of a sudden I just had simply passed out. And I don't understand. I had bought a completely closed beverage. Can you help me understand what is going on here? What sort of things are being sent to this town from your suppliers in this town?
Well,
Like, what sort of thing is absolutely happening? I demand to speak to the manager of this town.
You mean the mayor? Well, I mean, nobody actually.
Does this town not have some sort of manager? I mean, what is going on here?
We have a mayor. Mamie Hawkinen is the mayor.
I mean the manager. I mean, please, this is absolutely simple. I am a blonde woman with a bob. You have to answer my questions.
I'm trying to answer. I'm not quite sure what to say, except maybe you were not drinking water. Maybe you bought something of the.
I dare say so. You accuse me of breaking the law in prohibition?
Oh no! I'm sorry.
Sir.
I am not trying to mean that.
Absolutely rude.
Okay.
I dare say.
And he looks over at the. It's funny. He looks over at the desk clerk. And it looks like he's trying to get help, but she's not doing anything. I'll tell you what. Why don't I finish up what I got to do here, and then I will come and visit, and we can talk about what you mean by this? I mean,
Oh, what could possibly be so important right now? I mean, what's going on in this town? It's so quiet and lovely. What could I mean, this does seem to me to be more important than whatever could be happening in here. This has been such a quiet, pleasant little hotel.
Can you make me a... What are your skills for this kind of stuff? Oh, a persuasion.
Persuasion?
Yes.
I would love to. I'm trained in this.
Yeah.
Where'd my die go? Shoot.
And it is against a... I think that he really does not want to investigate. I would say it's a 3, nothing higher than that. And with your training, you'd bring it down.
I rolled a 15.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to have to go look at this first. I'll be right back. Please just don't mess with anything in the room if you can help it. All right, Miss Evangeline, let's...
Yes, please. If you'll just follow me. What happened, by the way? I mean, you do seem a bit agitated. Come on.
Someone broke into a room or something. I don't have all the details yet. I imagine somebody... I suspect whoever's room it was probably just fell asleep drunk, knocked some things over, and they think it was a break-in, because that is what would happen.
I will say I did hear from a friend or two that there were a few people who did drink last night. I can't believe it in this town.
Well, I have not seen any of that kind of activity going on in the town here, so...
Oh, well, I would hope not.
It's not been brought to my attention, so...
God forbid Hoover have to come here.
Yeah, this is
everywhere else.
This is not a town somebody would go to for law-breaking activities like drinking liquor. That is completely against the law now, and...
Yes, and these are good people, good, God-fearing people who would never dream of breaking the law, I'm sure. Which is why I can only assume that what I received last night was from somewhere else.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it. Show me where we're going.
Yes,
Volney, what are you doing?
I am searching that room.
All right. Do you have any kind of investigative type skills? I suspect you...
Perception.
That's it. Okay. Perception will work. Make me a perception roll.
Can I also use my edge if that works?
You may.
Thank
will
you.
Take it down to... You are rolling against a 5, so...
Fuck!
So 15 becomes a 9 with your two levels down.
I think I just beat it.
Okay. You were in there for quite a while, and there are these metal trays with liquids in it, and a kind of a cloth that had been pulled over them, but it's been knocked over enough. But there is one tray, it's black, and there is, in the liquid, there is something stuck to the bottom of it.
I'm not going to reach my hand in there because I don't know what the heck that liquid is. I don't know what that is. I'm not assuming it's water. I'm looking at these cans like, no.
And they smell kind of odd, things you have not smelled before.
Yeah, no.
But there are little wooden, like, tongs or something there.
Yeah, I'm grabbing one of those and going to try and...
Okay. And when you start to lift it up, you see that it is actually a photograph again, but it's different. It's like the reverse of the photograph you were seeing before. It's... Oh. It is not showing there. Let me... Give me 1 second. I thought it was set up, and it is not. I will set it up.
Man, this picture's really stuck.
It is sort of inverted from the one you had seen before, and it's a little clearer, like it's sharper.
Okay. Where's the photo?
You can see it on screen. I'll put it on Discord also. I think it should be in both places. Give me a second to drop it in Discord too.
Thank you.
No problem.
He thinks it's like, if it's like soup, it'll make the photo clearer if you stir it just a tiny bit.
It has been dropped into Discord. It's taking a moment to process. It's kind of a large image, I guess.
Yeah.
There it is. It looks like the other photo, but everything's like weird and the wrong
That's
color
odd.
of gray or whatever.
That's odd. I am going to take this photograph.
Okay. I mean, it peels kind of off the bottom, and you couldn't see it because through whatever isn't black, it became black against the bottom of the tray. So whoever came in, even though they were looking for other photos and they took all the photos they found, this one was not an easy one to find. All right, you take the photograph. It's all wet.
I'm going to like gently like hold it down in like an inconspicuous way.
Oh, with the little tongs.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're adding to the robbery and stealing the photograph and the tongs.
Hey God, I'm sorry, but if this helps everybody, you can let me off the hook.
And you get out, and William is down the hall with the desk attendant. And William, you see Volney coming out with some weird piece of paper or something in his
I
hand.
just make eye contact, kind of give him a nod, and just keep the desk clerk distracted for the moment. I think I'm also kind of prepping for my sister's arrival, possibly setting up at least a room for the night, depending on where she may want to stay afterwards. That's up to her. But at least just saying, my sister's gonna be coming into town. If the room next to mine is open, I'd love to pay for at least a night for her there. She'll be around.
Well, that's the room that was broken into on the other side.
Oh,
And she looks through her.
sorry.
There is a room a couple doors down that is open. If that would be okay.
That would be perfect. Sorry, just it's been a long day already.
Okay. All right.
Like I said, she'll be here around 5. I should be here to get her here, but if not,
arriving on the train then on
that's correct.
the B&O.
Yep.
All right. It'd be nice to meet your sister. I'm very excited about that. You must be excited.
Huh. A little bit. I haven't seen family in a while, but wasn't necessarily expecting it.
That's kind of how family works, ain't it?
Ain't that the truth?
Oh.
So I think I like clock Volney and then make those sorry. Saw chat.
Yeah, that was funny.
Make those plans and start heading over to the McSweeney household.
All right. You head on out. Volney heads out with you, kind of tucks this weird film like in a position that keeps the desk clerk from seeing it. When you two get outside, you see Evangeline walking down the street with the sheriff talking up a storm, keeping them occupied. And are you going all the way to your house? When you look over your shoulder, you see the two of them heading out and turning northward, which would be towards Annie's or Jericho's. I'm very sorry about not looking into this earlier. Had I known, I mean, if somebody is bringing things into town that should not be here, of course I want to look into it. And there's like, after a while, you can tell that the sheriff has sort of been beaten into submission by the onslaught of requirements that you put on them.
Can I tell the boys have sort of finished up what they needed to do?
Yes.
We're like we're like making eyes, like, come on, let's go.
Well, you know what, sir? Perhaps, you know what? Silly me. Maybe I just happened to drink a bit of my perfume. Now that I think about it, there was a funny taste. And it did taste so familiar. And the more I think about it, I think it was just simply a splash of eau de toilette. I apologize. I have wasted your time. And I'm so sorry. Silly me. Just such a silly girl.
If it's any consolation, you do smell quite pretty.
Ah, well, thank you. You're such a clever fellow. Well, thank you. I really do apologize. I'll let you off the hook this one time, sir.
Thank you.
At ease, officer.
If anything else happens, just let me know, and I will definitely be coming and running. I do need to go deal with this room break-in or robbery or whatever it was, or maybe it was nothing. Probably just somebody stumbling about.
Yes, of course. My apologies. Have a good one.
And they head back towards the hotel, which is the same direction you would need to go to catch up with the two of them.
Yeah, I'll wait a moment and let him go on his way. And as soon as he's in there, I'll walk over to Volney and William.
All right, you get brisk feet going.
What'd you find, Volney?
And I hold up the photo very gently, like...
It's actually a weird material. It's like a piece of silver or something with this image burned into it or something.
Well, that's kind of what we saw, just inverted.
Mm-hmm.
Have I interacted with these before?
You have. You know that this is called a negative.
Yes, that's a photograph negative. Have you never seen one before?
I haven't seen a camera before.
No.
Oh, right. It's part of the process, you see. When you make the image, it shows up like this, and then when you transfer it to the photograph, it inverts the image. So what you end up seeing is the reverse.
Interesting.
Yes.
Well, there's the shadows. The white stuff is the shadows, and so that's something.
Yes, actually, if we get the right materials, we could produce additional copies of the photograph from this.
Do we want to do that, though?
I don't know, but we do have this. This is the most important part.
Agreed. I was gonna head over to Annie's, and then meet with you guys at Jericho's, but I guess you're more than welcome to come with me if you want. It's on the way.
Yeah.
Sure.
And as you walk, you walk and you get to Annie's. It is not too far.
Knock on the door.
Annie, you hear a door knock. You were asleep, but you slept restlessly, I imagine.
Yeah.
Hey, Annie.
Hey, did my dad come back in the night?
No.
Alright. You all passed my dad?
No.
No, didn't see him.
Serves him right.
You okay?
I got a story to tell you on the way to Jer's. And then I put my hat on, close the door, get my gun, and then as we're walking to Jericho's, I relay to the three of them what my dad did and
her
why
face is all red, like.
Yeah. Just like I kind of smell herby. Like there's definitely some of Jericho's herbs are still caught in my hair. So you're like, she had to do something to sleep.
One of those jazz cigarettes.
Yeah, jazz cigarettes. I don't know. I just call them the silly grass around here.
I'm so sorry that, and you can even see like some tears welling up in his eyes as like empathy, because that having a big family and coming from that situation and not having my mom around, I don't know who I'd be without her, and so I'm really sorry. And
Barely even knew who she was, but she must have been quite a noble woman to sacrifice herself like that.
Yeah.
This may be out of turn, but it does sound to me like your father rather cares for you. I'm not sure my father would have chosen me over my mother.
Yeah, he does, but I mean, they cared a great deal about me, both of them, to pick me, but still would have been nice to grow up with the mother.
Annie, where's your dad?
I don't know, he walked out last night. We got into a big row, and I don't know, he probably done it, find some hole somewhere to drink in, some other geezers in the town.
You did say he looked like the thing that I saw in the mine when I was young, right?
Yeah, but I don't know, maybe I was hallucinating. You know, moonshine, sometimes people mix things in there, and you never know what you're going to get, honestly.
I'm going to look at Annie, and I'm going to look at her very intently. I think he's at the guilty hole. I think he's at the old mine shaft.
Why would he go there? He's probably at that brothel for all I care about. Why would he be a guilty hole?
Shame. Feels like he needs penitence.
Well, if he ain't back by tonight, we can send out a search party, but I ain't about to go be his babysitter. Now we gotta go talk to Jer and figure out what this hand thing's all about.
Yeah.
Are you sure we don't want to? I know you're upset, but I just want to make sure that you're sure that you don't want us to go look for him.
I gotta make my peace with it. I don't know. I don't know whether to scream at him or kiss his feet.
I think just kind of walking up beside Annie. I just kind of just as we're walking side by side, just kind of bump shoulders and I am really sorry.
It's all right. I'll live. Who do I gotta shoot around here? Seriously, where is that damn granny?
I mean,
she ain't
there
no
is a
nice
hand,
woman.
maybe. You want to shoot that? It heals,
No.
so.
You can start
If
with
you
that
can
police
afford
officer.
Oh, I've been trying to shoot that police officer since my first breathing day, trust me.
He's not particularly useful. Tell you that much.
No, he ain't.
And you see Jericho's house coming up. Jericho, you get wakened up by your sense.
Oh, they
Your
don't
mom.
wake me up. Well, the sun's been up for hours. I was hoping to have a moment to spend with that piece of wood I found in the granny's
Okay.
clothes really quickly before we
Sure.
took
Before
back
they
off.
arrive. Okay. So you have the piece of wood.
Mhm.
And it is it's kind of long and thin. And can you make me an intelligence check?
Oh, I can. What do you think, Barbara? Should we use our edge? Let's use our edge. That's a 7, which is not great. I don't know, Barbara.
And Barbara does nothing. Although Barbara looks a little like they're pushing the edges of the jar at this point. Their hand is now curled up under the
I'll
lid.
take you out in a second. I have to do this first. If I can't learn anything from it, now that I'm a trained crafter, I could always try to break it up and make something else out of it.
You could do that. You could try that. You have a little time this morning.
Deal. I will put this piece of wood into something else that I could maybe use a oomph to.
Okay. And as you're messing with it like that to take it apart, you realize that the end of it is actually loose. It's actually got a drawer or something in it.
Good point, Barbara. And I'm going to open it.
And when you open it, you see that there is something that looks like this in it.
Oh, heck of this.
And you recognize that as something that would be called a poppet, kind of witch magic.
Oh, it's like a fetish.
Yeah, something like that.
All right. Well, who knows what we're going to need today. I'm going to put Barbara in my bag and go out picking flowers with the hand in the jar next to me. That's how they would probably find me, is right in front of my cabin, talking to Barbara.
You come out and you see them coming up the road. They're not too far away.
Morning.
Morning, Jer.
I told you they'd come by. Keep it down.
Hello.
Are you talking to the hand?
No, I'm just praying. Mostly for you, Volney.
Right.
How was y'all's nights? Annie, you get any sleep?
I got a bit of a wink, but Daddy ain't come back yet. You seen him?
Oh, no, he probably wouldn't come out this way. He'd probably head deeper into town. Oh, I saw him going into town last night before I stopped by and checked in on you. So he was heading towards folks.
See, I told you, he's gonna drink with one of those geezers in the town. Damn fool.
Well, after a romp, they do like to postpone the daylight.
And
Yeah, they do.
what direction is the mine? Is it also in the same direction of the town?
Annie, you don't know where the I mean, you know where the main mine is, the deep hole mine. You know where that is. Everybody knows where that is. But the guilty hole mine, you don't really know where that is.
I don't. That's why I'm asking.
None of you know
I don't
where
know.
it is.
I'd have to ask my daddy where it is. I mean, he the one that done discovered it.
We could probably find out at the library.
Or that.
Town is named
Maybe.
after it.
I was gonna
There's a little
say.
plaque.
We could ask Jazzy.
She might
What do
have
you
more
think,
insight into everything else. Oh, man.
Look how much she's grown. Has she grown?
Yeah, it's pushing up against the edge of the jar so far that it can't open its hand now. It's kind of
I'm going
stuck
to
in
get
the
you a bigger jar today.
Hey, I have a crazy idea. What if we just let this thing grow into a person?
Mm-hmm.
What if we just let it grow? Maybe it'll help us. We saved its life.
Where's the crazy pot?
How are we going to contain it until then? Because it's obviously a sentient forearm now.
A glove or a sleeve maybe should fit it nicely and give it a sense of modesty, dignity.
Isn't it a bit presumptuous to assume it's going to be friendly?
That's
And not
fair.
some sort of horrible monster?
One of us could stick our hands in the jar and see how it interacts with it.
Go ahead.
Got it.
Volney,
No,
touch it.
Volney, no. You have a thing with hands, and I don't like that. Let's let Jer. You already like touching weird shit. You do that.
I've actually convinced everyone else to touch weird shit the last couple days. I have not touched much myself.
Well, it's your turn if you want to find out.
Oh, that's fine. I'll touch it.
Oh, God.
Barbara, don't bite.
So you open the lid and you go to touch it and it grabs onto your wrist.
That's all right. That's to be expected. My chinchilla does it too.
And when you do it, I mean, what do you do when it grabs you?
I tense up and then loosen. It's probably scared. It can't see me.
Grab my rifle. I know. It's
It's
just like
flipped around.
I just start like tapping knuckles, just real soft.
And it's holding on pretty tight, and it turns its wrist to kind of be against your arm.
Oh.
And you feel it kind of, like some of the sinew kind of lean against your hand from the end of it. Almost like it's kind of like the sinew that where it's growing is trying to hold on to you also.
Oh, it's like a wrist hug.
No, it ain't no wrist.
It's trying to give you another hand. It's trying to give you another hand on your arm, I think.
Well, I mean, that's real nice of it.
No, Jericho, it ain't probably nice.
I'm putting her away. That was a good first initial, meeting.
Wait, don't stop. That's fascinating. Can you let that go a little bit longer?
Yeah,
No.
everyone get in. Let's close the door. Let's let it run around.
Well, not that,
no.
but the... never mind.
Do you want to touch a Miss Evangeline?
No.
Okay.
Where it was, where its sinew had kind of reached your hand, there are now some small, not quite cuts, but kind of marks.
Look at that. It was trying to grab me.
Glad it did.
Hey,
16.
Oh, it didn't hurt or anything.
Did it even tickle?
Like when a starfish grips. Have you ever been gripped by a starfish?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's just like that. I don't think it was trying to hurt me.
Ah.
I mean,
Fascinating.
Barbara's not got a mean bone in her hand.
Volney and William look like they are just in shock at this casual conversation.
But I do need to get
What's
a larger
a fucking
jar.
starfish?
is
Oh,
it the weird little creature with
What,
like,
have you never summoned on Cape Cod?
I'm flipping through an old book.
I'm sorry?
Look it.
The Cape Cod. You've never summoned?
Miss Evangelina? We don't have the money.
Oh, you go to the Jersey Shore or something.
No. Most of the miners aren't paid in money.
What?
That's true. I'm a lumberjack though. That at least helps.
Wait, what do you mean they're not paid in money? What are they paid in?
What?
Script. They punch holes in like company coins. They make their own money to use at shops.
What? We abolished slavery like 80 years ago.
Well,
Mine in town, Miss Evangeline.
60.
Slavery.
I've been to
Oh
Myrtle
yeah, I still
Beach.
have that piece. I haven't found anybody about that.
Well, I've been to Myrtle Beach. There ain't no starfish there though. That was for a shooting competition. No, that was real nice. The
I am-
second prize.
Damn confused.
Welcome, Raiders.
My
Thank you
God.
for joining us tonight. We are playing Old
Right.
Gods of Appalachia, a horror-themed game set in, this is 1922 West Virginia. And
And I am learning about the horrors of capitalism.
In
True
1922. It's the 20s after all, right?
It is
And
1922.
we're back.
We're in 20s.
Only
Yay.
this is your curse.
Monopoly
You got
came
the
out of
whole-
this time for a reason.
Uh-huh.
You got the whole gang together. What do we do to try to free your soul today?
I'm sorry?
Oh, Volney's soul. You're good, William. Your soul's crisp.
I really don't
Thank-
like insinuation.
Thank you.
Well, Volney, we're all here. We're all here for your cause, for this, bargain you've made with a dark entity, and we're all ready to help and willing to listen. Miss Evangeline seems to actually believe us about the magic. Annie wants to shoot something. So,
Come on, Gazzy.
I want to shoot Granny Sador right through her thick, fake skull.
we know where she lives.
Let's find Gazzy. And what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, we saw her yesterday morning in a ghost form, didn't we?
You get a tingle that is not one of the ones you have been appreciative of lately. Jericho.
Something's here.
What? What's here?
I don't know. I'm gonna go to the door.
All right, I'll start
Yep.
I'm grabbing
We're
the
both be
door.
flanking the door. We're flanking
Yeah,
the
throw
door.
Volney the jar.
William, is this more of the magic?
With that being said,
Why are
behind
you
me, I
asking
opened
me?
the door.
I don't know. You're
I
the
don't
calm one.
I'm the calm one. Well, actually, that's not. Nah, you're not wrong about that one. Everybody, fuck if I know.
Quiet. Something's here. Quiet.
It's early morning, so there's some good light out, but there are long shadows in the long shadows, you can see something kind of moving around in the distance, kind of coming over the ridge where your little hut is, your cottage. And it looks maybe like a big wolf or something. A very big wolf.
I'm gonna step down from the doorway so there's room if anyone else tries to get out. And steady my faith and be like, William, Erner. And then just kind of stand my ground. This is my land. These are my lines. Nothing's going to chase me from no dock wood.
And the wolf stops when it hits what you know to be a line of that you have set protections against. Mm-hmm. And it is smelling, looking around. And when it turns its head sideways, it has 3 eyes on one side. And its mouth opens as it smells, and there are 2 rows of jaws lining inside of it. And this wolf, when you see it, even at this distance, you know it is probably the size of a boar.
All the better to
I think
see
I
my
found
way,
something for you to shoot, Annie.
At seeing that, Evangeline is gonna reach down and pull her tiny little derringer out of her garter.
Seeing all the guns come out, I'm gonna start to try to shoot it.
So is there?
It's not that close yet. It is back. It has not crossed your protections, but it is smelling along that line. What are you doing, Annie?
Is there like a window that I can like kind of perch and see it out of that I could like?
There's a window that opens.
There's even one in the front door, like a little one.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna like push it open slightly, and then like rest my rifle head like right, like almost like sniper position, and I'm gonna be like,
make me an intelligence check, please.
all right, so let's do this.
Shoot.
All right.
All right.
It's a 2. It's a 2.
It's a 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It is smelling around, and you're like taking aim and making sure that you have it in your sights. And one of its 3 eyes looks right into you, and one looks right at Jericho. And the 2 of them being separate it's already disturbing before it gets there, and then it just becomes mesmerizingly disturbing when its eyes are on separate swivels and look different directions. And it seems it puts its paw over one of the protections, and you see it pull back, and then it walks along the edge.
He said, "Get."
Go back to your hole, you shadow.
And it backs up some. And when you spoke, William, the 3rd eye focused on you, and all 3 eyes are looking at different people. And then
I'm gonna try and shoot one of the eyes. I'm just gonna do it.
And you go to pull the trigger as it starts running towards the line, like it's gonna try and break over regardless. And you may make an attack roll with your gun.
All right. Let me see. What do I have?
I think you use speed for your gun.
Yes. Speed's 15. I'm gonna use my edge, which is 1. So let's see here. Let's see. Do I have anything else? Not right now. Okay. So I'm gonna roll. Please be good. Please be good.
What?
It's an 11.
An 11. Okay. So you hit the wolf. You don't hit the wolf's eye. But you hit the body. And it hits hard. And as you hit it, it also crosses over the barrier line. You don't happen to know that. You don't know what this barrier line is. But Jericho knows. And when this happens, you hit it. And at the same time, it almost seems like your bullet explodes into fire along this thing as it seems to cross over the protections. Your gun does how much damage? 4? Or 6?
So yeah, my gun does 4. Actually, wait 1 second, because I do have I have weapon wielder, so it's an additional point of damage. So it's
Yep.
actually 5 damage.
Yeah. And the protections cause it to catch fire as it crosses, and it takes additional damage. And you feel from the crossing your protections doing all they can to kind of protect and make almost like a fence of fire against this thing. And it rolls through it anyway, takes the fire, and continues to run it at the three of you who are out front. Jericho, Annie at the door with the window, and William. And it looks like it is willing to take the pain if it can make its gain on you. No pain, no gain, I suppose.
I'm going to kind of just shift myself a little bit more in front of Jericho and ready my axe. And if it seems like, because you said it was a few yards away from us, right?
Oh, no, it's more than that. It is charging towards the house, and there were protections a little further back.
Gotcha. If it seems like it's still, like, continuing to burn and take...
It is.
Then I'm just going to wait till it gets 3 yards, relatively close, but not super close, and just kind of wait at that line ready to attack it.
Okay. So Annie hits with the rifle, and it definitely takes some damage and pulls back and continues charging. The fire catches up on it. And you now need to go into initiative if you can, please. Make me an initiative roll.
I am trained in initiative.
So I got an 11 again. So it's another 11 for Annie.
You.
You got a 2? Who got a 2?
Trained.
Me.
That kind of
15,
makes sense.
and I'm trained as well.
We did it again.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get, Jericho?
Also 15 and trained in initiative.
Same.
9. Or, sorry. Yeah, 9. 9, yeah.
All right. So Jericho and William, you two go first. Since you are within one of each other, you can select your order and plan out your attacks if you want. You have a little bit of strategy you can put to use.
Mm-hmm.
Mind if I go first, William? I got something
Go for
that
it.
distance is better. That poppet I found, did it smell sweet or not sweet?
It smelled earthy.
Mm-hmm. All right. There's 2 different kinds of poppet. So I'm going to kneel down on the ground and start to scratch the 3-eyed wolf into this poppet to give it its likeness, its name, and hope that I've understood the magic correctly to do a certain element of damage to a creature that is connected to it that it represents.
Okay.
If I did not read it correctly, it will backfire, and that's fine.
Can you make me a use magic roll?
I can,
and this will take an action for you to rearrange that poppet into a new form.
That's fine. 17 with an edge and trained.
Okay. You get the form into it.
Step behind William.
And you put it out in front of you, between you and this beast, for lack of a better word, this wolf thing.
Would you like me to roll for the damage it does, or would that be the next action?
That'll be the next action.
All right, I just kind of hold it over William's shoulder.
Yeah, to protect.
Yeah.
William, it comes up, and it is right on you now, and you have your initiative.
You heard the man. He said get, and then I'll like kind of like baseball swing, just hit it with the axe.
Okay. Make me an attack roll.
And I have an edge in might.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have anything else to add to that, so let's see how we do. That is a 19.
Oh, with a 19, not only do you hit, you can do an extra point of damage if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
It is
Yeah,
it is a
definitely.
critical hit, so you will do an extra point of damage. So whatever your damage is, plus you add another one, and you get an
5.
effect. You get a minor effect. Like you could knock it back or knock it off its feet or something that will assist you in your attack.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Tell me what you wanted it to do.
The idea was I was wanting to hit it, and then like I think the force of the swing kind of like knocks it backwards, a few feet.
Okay, so you get you deflect its momentum with your swing. You get a powerful hit. How many damage does your axe do?
It does 4 normally, so then it would be 5.
Okay. You make a solid connection on this thing. Its jaws, plural, kind of swing to the side as you hit it, and it is knocked to the side a bit. Not directly back, but off to the side. There was too much momentum to knock it directly back.
Fair.
And
it's huge.
It is a big animal, or animal-like thing. Okay, next up is it. Oh no, Jericho. When it got that close, your poppet goes off.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want your poppet to do?
I want it to rot in my hand instantly. You had the chance, you doc copy, and I just want it to fall apart. The garden's no good for you. It's no good for you. And he starts getting a little aggressive and a little more intense than everyone's seen him get. But it just rots in his hand like fruit torn from the limb too quickly.
And when you do so, you feel, when you're crushing it, you feel like you're crushing and breaking bones. Even though it's just string, it has this uncanny, visceral feel that is not like what it looked like. And you see this thing yelp as it falls, as it's knocked away. It falls back at the same time from the strike. It takes damage. You are not sure how much damage it does exactly, but it does take damage, and one of its legs looks to be perhaps injured more than the others, and it is its turn. And the one right in front of it is the one that is axing for it.
Fair.
Sorry, Jericho, you have now spread that to all of us.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
William, can you make me a defense roll, please, against you? Okay, it is a 6 creature, so you're talking an 18, unless you have ways of reducing it.
I was gonna say would this be a might roll? Or no, this is speed.
Speed.
Isn't it, for defense?
Yeah.
Well, shit. I don't have an edge in speed.
Don't you have a jacket of some sort, William?
I do. I do have an armor of 1, which will help at least a little bit.
Ooh.
Yep, I don't think I have anything else I can do. So here we go. Ha 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 ha. That's a 3.
So it gets hit, it yelps from the pain of the 3 attacks on it, and it is fast as lightning as it swings back, and it brings its jaw down on your arm and shoulder, and you take 8 points of damage, and it tries to hold on.
And which pool would that be hitting into?
That would be from your might pool.
You said 8? 8.
Oh,
It is a beastly jaw that is clamping down on you. We're now down to not Evangeline. We're at Annie again.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you got 11, right? You got 11, right?
Yeah,
Your first shot was early because you had
first blood, right? Okay. In that case, I am just gonna try and shoot its mouth off of William's. Well, its mouth off William's shoulder, basically. Let's do this.
That's a risky maneuver. Interesting. So you're gonna lower your rifle right at its mouth and head.
Yeah,
because it's right there.
Ow!
Yeah, I'm gonna try and just
okay,
shoot it off if I can.
All right. You're a good shoot. Good shot.
All right. That's a 7.
Ah.
So not today. I'm too scared.
So I'm going to give you an opportunity if you want. I
All
would
right.
like to use a GM intrusion if you would be willing to accept the consequences of a GM intrusion. For those that don't know, a GM intrusion is I get to alter the things going on here. If you will get XP from it separate from the normal XP if you do okay.
Okay.
All right. So you go to shoot its jaw, and it lets go of William, and it grabs your gun with its jaw instead of William, and yanks hard, and tears your gun outside the window or door where you're firing from.
Ah!
Ow, ow, ow.
All right. So
Okay.
I get thrown basically out the window. Like it pulls
It pulls the gun, and you are yanked at the
Okay.
door. Boom.
Okay.
Doesn't do damage, but it eliminates your weapon for a moment at least.
All right.
And you have to.
But I
you
still
will
have a
have
hunting knife.
You do. You'd have to retrieve the gun if you wanted it, or you could go to your knife on your turn again.
Yeah.
Evangeline,
Okay.
you are up with your one-shot Derringer, two-shot
Yep.
Derringer, whatever it is. I think it's one, right?
I think I'll have to reload after
Yeah.
this, but I will shoot with my gun,
All right.
and I am practiced
Oh, good.
with both light and medium weapons.
Please, for the love of God, don't shoot me.
I rolled a 1.
Oh.
Shoots William.
All right. So this wolf, it tears at you, and when it does, or it tears towards you, and when it does, William kind of pulls up, and you shoot William in the back of the shoulder where he was bitten into. Do your damage to William, please.
2 damage.
2 damage. Thank goodness.
Golly!
Just a
Oh
Derringer.
God!
To your might.
He is bleeding profusely.
Sorry.
Oh no.
I love it. Good
God.
job.
Good thing I bumped up my might after this level up.
We're back to the top of the order.
Wait.
though.
No, Volney.
Only didn't go yet.
Oh, Volney didn't? Oh, you're right. 2. I saw that as a 12. I thought you already went 2. Volney, what are you doing when you see this?
I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing the chaos that just happened. I saw my one friend break this dog's leg, and then I saw my friend get bit in the shoulder. Then I saw my friend's gun get taken from by this freaky ass wolf, and then I saw my friend get shot in the shoulder on accident. I'm doing shake the bones.
Okay.
God bones.
All right. So you need to make me your roll for that. Let me see. I don't remember how many it does. You know how many it does.
I think I got a
Succeeds.
16. I can't read
16?
very well on these dice.
All right.
Get a new D20, come on.
Yeah, you should have a die that you can read clearly.
It's just gold paint on like orange and interference green and yellow, and I'm just like, that's so hard to read. Why? And also my light from here is very bad.
All right. So 16, and you use this sympathetic magic to cause pain to this beast in front of you. How much damage does your spell do to it?
2 might and 2 intellect.
All right. Can you describe the use of this, please?
Your words are so powerful, they cause the bones of a creature to shudder and shake. And I'm just starting to yell. The god that owns the lands does not welcome you here. I don't welcome you here. The man that owns this land doesn't welcome you here. Now leave!
And since we are rolling back around to the top of the order, your wards also go off again. They are doing their damage continually while is within. So it takes more damage. 15. So Jericho and William, you can coordinate your attacks in the way that you would like.
Oh, the second William takes a bite
At this point, I'm
gunshot.
just like holding onto my axe, and I'm just dragging myself away, getting out of the fire zone. At this point, I'm just getting as close to the door as possible.
Jericho, without any fear of this wolf, like just turns his back on it and yells out, "Joshua!" and lays a pile of herbs on William, like with full hands, panic gun shooting left and right. And I'm going to use my Midsummer's Bundle, Cypher, while calling him Joshua on accident again and again and again. And that does a D6
Okay.
plus a couple. It's my biggest healing bundle I have. D6 plus 4. So I would just like kind of hold him there and pass this reed over you. Just a minute. You'll be all right. You'll be all right, Joshua.
Come on,
then,
you gotta let me move.
So that would be 9.
Okay.
It points back to him.
And William, you
and
see
then
this wolf coming to bear down on what would essentially be Jericho's back as he's trying to protect you from the beast.
And you just watch the bundle rot in my hand and like go off in the wind.
Feeling a lot better. I will just kind of rock. Like I feel like because I'm already on my have my feet. I just kind of use momentum, rock up, and just slam at it again.
All
just
right.
kind of put even just with my other hand, kind of push Jericho down and just.
All right. You're going to have 2 minuses to your success since you are both prone and you have a friend sort of blocking your attack area.
Fair
So
enough.
you have 2 levels of difficulty on this.
Okay. I'll use my edge to at
Okay.
least lower that to 1, but I
Okay.
think that still makes it a really hard to hit at this
It
point.
is.
What am I going for? What am I trying to hit?
You are trying to get because of its level at 21.
Okay. Do I have anything else? I do. Remind me what an effort does again.
You can use an effort to ease at 1. That would bring you down
Oh,
to 18.
yeah. I'll use my effort as well.
All right.
My edge and my effort. Okay.
So
Let's
take your minuses on.
fucking do this again.
You're going to get a 20 or 19, I can feel it.
God damn it! I got another fucking 3.
Oh,
A 3 is not a 1, so there is at least the benefit of not hitting a 1 and putting your axe in the back of Jericho or Annie.
Fair.
that's true.
So
Yeah, I'm swinging wildly. It's one arm, so I have less control.
All right. Well, it is when you go to swing at it and it avoids your attack, it comes back down. Actually, since Jericho's blocking more, it has a better angle on Jericho. So I think it's going to attack Jericho. Can you make me a defense roll against this thing? Do you have any things that will
I have
ease it?
a sheepskin coat, which is medium armor. So
Okay.
that's a 2. It makes me real slow, though. That is a natural 20, my good sir.
Hey.
Finally, someone's rolling well.
It leaps at you, and as it does, it ends up passing you by. And when it does pass you by, you get an effect on this. How would you like to have this be affected beyond avoiding damage?
Effect does not mean damage, but more.
Right,
yeah.
there's no damage you get out of it because it was defense.
Oh, this
But
is
you can get
a
effect, like it can be prone, it can be knocked to the side, it can fall to the side, and whatever.
In fact, this might be too much. I would love to pull William down so it goes over us through the window into my house, and then just shut the door.
Volney's still in there.
Oh no, you're still in the house?
So am I.
And so is
wow.
Evangeline.
Yeah, Ben's still in there.
That might be too much to ask then. I won't shut the door.
That would, by getting it to go into the door inadvertently or vertently, it would clear Annie of being able to get to her rifle that would give her at least a lane to her favorite weapon.
Yeah, as it goes through the window, I'll just like gesture for Volney and Evangeline to come out the door.
Okay, so
Sorry for my nat 20, Volney.
Annie, the wolf beast goes right past you through the door. You were just on the side of it. It is now in the house, and your rifle is outside on the grass.
Okay.
Or you can attack it with a knife. You can get it while it's in the door.
Well, I'm gonna try and stab it like through the head, like a bear.
All right.
So
Make your attack roll. Do you
Here
have
we go.
any skills with this? Any?
just weapon wielder, additional point of damage. So instead of the traditional 2, it'll be a 3
Right.
if I'm successful. Here we go.
Please roll well.
I really want to. I haven't
Switch
rolled
dice
well.
or something. Come on.
It's a 9. A
Oh.
9.
A 9. You miss its whole body as you
Damn.
swing at it.
It's really hard to hit this motherfucker.
I hate
Oh.
Evangeline, this wolf has been thrown into the house right near where you're standing.
Oh, Hale. Can I run out and reload my tiny gun?
You can run out. You can reload your
That-
gun when
at
you're
least
outside.
that.
All right, you run out. You flee the scene. Volney, you are in there now. You are the last one left in the house with this beast.
Note, I still have that jar. And I am going to run out, but I'm also going to, again, shake the bones and see if that does anything.
Okay.
Relief Barbara.
I have Barbara in my hands in a jar.
All right, shake the bones.
Oh, shoot. I need to re-roll that.
All
I
right.
fell off the table, but I did get a 17 on the fall off the table.
Okay, a 17 is a minor crit. So when you hit, you will do an extra damage. And what is it? Does 3 points, you said?
2 might.
Two,
Two intellect.
two, right. And it does 1 extra.
Yes.
So when you do this, you see it rack with pain while it's in the room, and then it falls to the floor, shaking, like almost like things are broken inside it.
We told you to leave. And I'm going to run out that door.
And you are standing outside the door. Jericho is standing outside the door. Everybody's standing outside the door. And this thing seems to be lying on the ground. Possibly
I'm just gonna
dying.
hit. I was gonna say I'm just gonna hit it again.
Okay. You make sure it is dying then.
Yeah, right in the head, just
It-
make sure to put it out of its misery. If
Volney,
it's
hold
actually a
hold
thing.
Barbara. Hold Barbara near it.
No.
It is no
Well, I mean,
longer.
it's in glass. Just see.
I'm going to take it a little bit closer.
Yeah, we got to learn something.
No closer than what William is
No.
going to do.
It's a wolf with fucking 3 eyes on the side of its face.
And it's in my house as a guest right now.
There are 3 more
No,
on the
and-
other side too, not just on one side.
6
Not a
fucking
soulfish.
eyes. I actually full on after I've smashed it in the head, start dragging it out of Jericho's house.
If you could cut the head off for me, I'd actually really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Does it respond to Barbara though, or does Barbara respond to it?
So when you hold it near, Barbara just sort of stays. Is the jar that Barbara's in? Did you replace the jar, by the way?
We never went into town. It's on my list
So,
of
okay.
errands.
So it's
Yeah.
kind of tight. When it gets close, it kind of moves a little bit when it is near it.
Mhm.
It's hard
She
to tell
wants
what
to
that
pet it.
means exactly. Just movement.
Anyone got a lighter? We're burning this
Let
thing.
it-
Oh, can I
Just let
skin
it,
it first, please?
Jericho!
Have you ever seen a rug like that?
What the
We need
hell
what?
is going on in this town?
We need to find
I'm
gas.
fine now.
What, Volney?
We need to find Gazzy, the woman who gave you that lemonade.
Oh, I'm familiar. Yes.
We need to find her now. She might know what's going on.
What time is it around? Actually, I'll just check my watch. Kind of forget that I have it every once in a while.
It's early afternoon, probably 1 o'clock.
Okay,
You got 4 hours till the train arrives,
gotcha.
if it's on time.
Yeah.
That's something I gotta deal with
And there's
later.
blood and stuff all over your clothes at this point too, which is, of course, will require a little bit of attention.
Well, and my
This
hat.
was my nice flannel. God damn it.
It was? Oh.
William, there's a little creek just a few yards back there where I dragged my boat to.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go wash up, I guess. Also,
Or
what the
William
hell did you do to
Shadows.
me?
Are his shadows strange during any of this conflict?
Or
Yeah,
what?
William's shadows.
shadows.
They shift sometimes. Did they dance a little during battle or wound taking? Anything of that sort?
I'll leave that to you, GM.
I'll leave that to you. You have an effect.
This is true. Maybe a little bit, but not definitely not consciously. It's still everything seems so far still very subconscious. But yeah, everyone, I definitely think that they kind of shrank a little bit more into him, especially when he was on the ground and got bit by the wolf.
Any weird reaction to my magical herbs?
Healing.
I don't.
You mean?
I was gonna say,
you mean
yeah.
the healing thing. Yeah, heal.
Yeah, I was just more
very
wondering if
nicely.
all of his shadows like parted the second the healing things touched him, because I was just making mental notes for later.
Yeah. Healed
But fuck.
rapidly.
Yeah, he starts just not even really thinking about it. Just starts walking towards the creek, just kind of at least stripping his shirt off to also go wipe the wounds. What is left, however that works, he doesn't understand. And it's just
Magical healing doesn't necessarily leave you without a scar,
I'll go
especially
with
with
you,
that
William.
much damage all at once.
I got blood up to my elbows now to wash off.
Yeah, you have the creek behind you.
Is my gun damaged?
It is not. It was just pulled from you.
All right. I'm gonna start just cleaning it off with the handkerchief.
Yeah, there's blood and there are some scratches along it from its teeth, but nothing more than cosmetic.
Gonna have to get this repaired. I use this at competitions, right? What was that thing?
That's what I was asking.
fucking six-eyed wolf, I guess. I don't know.
I never seen anything like that in these woods. Seen a bunch of wolves, never seen that.
Great question.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
let
it's
Gazzy.
a bit like a. I don't know.
I'm
It
having
feels
a panic
something.
attack in the reeds. I don't think I hear anybody.
Given that I know mythology and anthropology, have I ever read of anything that describes that kind of creature?
In mythology, there have been monstrous beasts and monstrous wolves. I mean, Hercules battled a giant wolf, but none that kind of describe this kind of a wolf with 3 eyes per side and 2 jaws, a jaw inside a jaw. Those are things you would, if they were in mythology, they were romanticized in some way that made it not obvious.
Yeah, I've never heard of anything like this. Gazzy would be a good option.
I gotta go back to town before we go to Gazzy's. I'm sorry. I need
Well,
a new
that's on the
shirt.
way.
I'm gonna go find Jericho real quick.
And like he didn't put. He has like his stuff folded up because he's just like it's not. It's. I don't want to. Yeah, I'm sorry. Modesty and all, but I apologize. But
And as you're talking to them, you hear, and you know that is the train whistle. Oh
and I like look at my watch again.
They
confused.
They seem to be early. an odd thing, but not unheard of. And
Damn it.
And this, I think, is where we'll break.
Nice.
Middle of Jericho's panic attack, he pulls out the same watch.
Yeah.
What? Already?
Yep, 3 hours early. That is an unusual thing. Thank you,
Miss
Empathy Theater,
Evangeline
for the
running
raid
out
at the
loading
end
her
there.
gun.
What?
Miss Evangeline just running out loading her little guns, like one of my favorite mental images from that.
Now you know that she has a gun.
Mm-hmm.
There's some benefit to that. Hides away pretty nicely.
I think she used the gun on the ravens or crows.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Last time we had to
Oh,
fight
yeah.
you.
Yeah, you've come across
There was
the
a
gun.
quote. I guess we're shooting birds today was her quote during that session.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody who came into chat. Chat was pretty funny tonight. There was some moments that made me laugh. That is always beneficial.
Yes, retro.
Thank you for the
Thank you
raids.
for.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for hanging out, y'all.
Thank you, Empathy Theater, for the raid.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, D in Denial, for the raid. It's very cool of you to come by and join us for a little bit of Southern hospitality.
Hell yeah.
Next time, we'll make sure we have some sweet tea ready.
2 weeks.
Lemonade. 2 weeks.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See ya.
Bye.
Burning rock, crackle smoke out of the mountain's mouth, hollowed by a cut, by a slash, by a fiery blow. Running through the valley like it's running through my veins, while red-eyed crows keep watch underneath the blood-red moon. My slunch white soul cries out to rise up against the tide of dusty songs cut hard from the dark mountain stone. Cut hard from the dark mountain stone. Cut hard from the dark mountain.